Today I'm going to be breaking down one of the strongest strategies here at Townhall 17 you can use in Legends League to 3-star any base. So the strategy in question is going to be the Electro boots walk with the Royal Champion moving into the Twin Hogs. The Super Hog Riders and the regular Hog Riders in combination. Feels like a little bit of a hybrid throwback, but on this one, honestly, the Hog Riders absolutely crush bases, and that's very much thanks to the help of the Electro boots, that new equipment on the Royal Champion. So let's jump in and we're going to break this down so you, like I said, can 3-star any base here in Legends League. Let's move on in. The first thing we're going to be coming in with is, of course, that Royal Champion, and what we're aiming to do with the Royal Champion is take down some of those key buildings. Those key buildings being the Monolith, even the Town Hall, the ricochet cannons, the multi-archer towers, the scatter shots, any of those buildings that are going to do lots and lots of damage. But you'll see on this one, bomb tower going down nice and early, and in fact, actually, we're taking down those buildings that's going to do lots of damage onto our Hog Riders. So the multi-target inferno going down right there, trying to path our Royal Champion into a location where she is going to be able to pick up maximum value. Those Electro boots, of course, going to take down some of the buildings around her, and what we want to make sure we are doing is using the invisibility spells when our Spirit Fox hasn't made our Royal Champion invisible. You'll see we popped her ability right here. The haste file also going to be coming in, just picking up a little bit more value. Unfortunately, she does get captured by a couple of those ice golems, but that's not the end of the world because we have plenty of those invisibility spells to help her get value, and we've cleaned out this entire right hand section of the base. And when we realize that Royal Champion is not going to be able to pick up anything extra, we're going to go ahead and use that recall spell. We sniped her out of there, and it means we can now use her on the back end of the base to help clear out some of those buildings. Next thing we're going to be doing here is starting to create a funnel. We're going to use the skeleton spell out in front. That's going to be used just to help tank for the enemy heroes, as well as some of those defenses, giving us a chance to get the siege barracks in to start the funnel, as well as a baby dragon. King and queen going to be pushing straight in towards that town hall section. Ice golem freezing everything up just in time, and of course we do not need to worry about any explosion from that town hall. It's actually going to be the giga bomb right here that's going to be doing the significant damage. King's ability, this time we're going to see the boots alongside the spiky ball. That's going to be used in the core of the base to give us maximum access right here. We then, of course, have the Valkyries with the Wizards, which are going to be coming out of the Siege Barracks. They are going to be looking to pick up maximum value. And if we pause things up right here, you'll see that King's ability is going to go off in the middle, aiming to take down definitely these two multi-target Infernos, potentially the Scatter Shot or the Fire Splitter. And here comes the rest of our troops. The Grand Warden's equipment is going to be the Healing Tome. That's super important alongside the Eternal Tome. It's very, very important that you try to use that Eternal Tome at the right time when those hogs are going to be picking up the most amount of damage. Royal Champion, of course, coming back into play here after the use of that recall spell. So you'll see pushing right in, using that rage spell, and as soon as you notice loads of those Hog Riders getting pretty low on HP, lots of red health bars, we're going to pop that ability. King's ability did end up going off in the core. We used the Queen's ability straight after, so those three queens, all from the magic mirror, are going to be able to pick up maximum value. Absolutely crushing this base. Those Hog Riders honestly didn't even need to do too much on the back end because our Royal Champion got so much value at the start. Our King and Queen then pushed into the core of the base and completely obliterated it. You'll see swagging spells all over the place, and this one finishes with a very, very good 3-star, and the perfect example to start off this video. So we've got two more examples of this strategy in play, so let's jump in and break them down. So the next example is one where we've actually got that Town Hall pretty far to the outside of the base yet again, so we're probably going to be using our King and Queen to take care of that Town Hall. Royal Champion, again, we're looking to get maximum value from her, take down as many buildings and defenses as possible before we use that recall spell, pull her out of there. Ricochet cannon going to be coming in right there. We use an invisibility spell to try and push her in the correct direction, this time to take care of the scatter shot, which is ideal. Her ability is going to get popped off right there, taking down a couple more of those defenses. We use that invisibility spell, but unfortunately she does go the wrong way, so before she dies, we're going to recall her. Ideally what we would have done there, held onto that invisibility spell slightly longer so we were able to take care of the spell tower in the core, because the spell towers, especially the poison spell towers like we can see right here, they can really do some damage against those Hog Riders. So if you can get your Royal Champion in there to take care of those poison spell towers, definitely would recommend it. Siege Barracks going to be coming in right in towards that Town Hall compartment. King and Queen actually going to be coming in from this bottom section of the base. Looks like they're going to be pushing in towards the core. Let's just keep an eye on the Town Hall right here, because right now it's picking up some pretty significant damage. So we're going to use that Ice Golem out in front. King is going to swing back around, so he is going to be able to take care of that Town Hall for us. Holding on to those Hog Riders, we want to try and pick up maximum value. King's ability does go off, Spiky Ball absolutely crushing into the core of the base, and with his Earthquake Boots, that's going to open up the entire core section of the base, so we can pop that Queen ability in a section and we can take all of those multi-target Infernos down. Queen's ability going to go off right there. There's the Eternal Tome coming in as well. That not only is going to protect those Hog Riders, it's going to bring them all back up to full HP. And what we're doing is those Super Hog Riders going into the core, and the rest of the Hog Riders are going to be sprinkled on the defenses on the outside of the base. That means all of the Super Hog Riders should stick together in nice packs, and we can get maximum value from any spells we might be using. But honestly, in this one, we're completely wiping this base off the face of the planet. This completely crushed. You'll see so many troops left up here at the back end. This is a completely dominant strategy, and it's very much thanks to the use of the Electro boots on that Royal Champion. So even though we maybe didn't quite get the value we were looking for, of course we wanted to pick up that spell tower at the start. Even with us not quite getting that, we completely crushed this base. So we have one more example. Let's jump in and take a look at it. So the third and final example, we see that centralized Town Hall. So let's see how we're going to go ahead and approach this. Yet again, coming in of course with the Electro boots on the Royal Champion. Now in some particular examples you might see the Royal Champion coming in with the spear to kick off proceedings, but personally I think Yappy Boy's got a really good idea coming in with that haste vial. You get your Royal Champion into the core of the base, and then when the time is right and you want to take down something like a scatter shot, you can go ahead and pop that haste, and then you're going to get the most amount of damage in the core section of the base. So we're going to let that Royal Champion do her work right there, using the invisibility spell again to redirect that Royal Champion into the section we want her. Spirit Fox making our RC invisible yet again. We're going to try and use that invisibility, but unfortunately we just miss out on taking out our Royal Champion. So again, things not quite going to plan, but we were able to at least take down that scatter shot, and we were able to catch the Royal Champion in the recall spell before she did unfortunately go down. And bringing that RC in with those Hog Riders and the Grand Warden, once that Warden's ability is popped, the RC is going to be back up to full HP, and those Electro boots are going to be able to pick up maximum value. Spiky Ball going to be going off right there, and the good thing about this one is because we can bring in the King and the Queen pretty much directly next to the RC, the Spiky Ball more often than not is going to be pushing right into the core of the base, sniping off some of those very key defenses. Queen, with the help of the Electro boots from the King, has nice access now into the core of the base, and that leaves the remainder of the outside defenses free to take for our Hogs and Super Hog Riders. Smashing through this one. There's the Eternal Tome ability, going to be coming in right there, just smashing through this one. Royal Champion, like I said, keep an eye on her HP. She's going to be pretty much fully healed even by the time we're pushing into these last couple of defenses. Queen unfortunately getting sniped off by this Monolith, but it's no problem because the RC is going to go in and be the MVP of this one. A couple of free spells still left on the back end we could potentially use on the multi-target Inferno, maybe even the Ricochet Cannon right here, but we have so many troops left up in this one. It's such a strong attack if you can get proficient at that Electro boots charge, and honestly everyone is currently using it in the meta, so if you can get it I would definitely recommend it, because right now I'm not seeing any bases here at Townhall 17 that can defend against this strategy or even anything else with those Electro boots. Speaking of which, if you are interested in checking out other strategies using the Electro Boots charge with the Royal Champion, I have a couple of other examples, one of which is including dragons and the other includes 3 different strategies you can use with the Electro Boots. So if you want to check them out, I'd really appreciate it. While you're checking those out, feel free to subscribe to us here at the Barracks for lots more strategy guides just like this one. But thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video.